unexpectedly, we've had a lot of snow overnight. And check this out, there's a good 5-6 inches of snow right here on the top of this. So it's a good job I put the cover on. I'm going to knock all this off, have a look what's inside from the coals from yesterday, and set up for the first cook today. We'll just get rid of this. Set the cover off. There we are. So I've still got half a grill of Big K in there. I'm going to leave that in there and just top it up with the Weber briquettes. Just have a combination for this first cook. Okay. These Weber briquettes are in a nice resealable bag. Okay, now I can reassemble. I've opened up all the vents from yesterday. Open this top vent up again. So I've got my pork here for pulling. This is a shoulder joint. We're going to make pulled pork, okay? I've got a teacup with some black pepper in. I'm going to add into that some smoked paprika. And I don't really know how much. I'm just going to go for about equal amounts of each. And then some sea salt. Just a nice mix there. I'm going to mix that up so it's evenly distributed. Probably pay £5 for this in Tesco. I've just knocked it up myself. Like I say, it might not be the best, but it's mine. I'm just learning as I go along. Okay, so I'm going to, using my funky teacup, I'm going to sprinkle this. So I'm going to fill the water pan now. It's steady about 115 degrees. Just going to take the lid off. Take these grills out. I've just boiled my kettle. I'm going to fill this water pan. Crikey. So that's now about 3/4 full. I'm going to put the grills back on. Now I'm going to let the temperature go back up, and then we should be almost about to start ready to get cooking. Okay, so I'm ready to introduce the smoker to his first. First piece of pork. I'm up to about 100 degrees here. I'm going to take the lid off. Put the pork on. Now I've already inserted the probe through here. That's it. I'm going to put the probe in right in the centre of the pork. Jesus, I'm getting smoke in the face. So now the probe's in, I'm going to put the lid on. Connect the probe up, and then we'll see what happens from there. Immediately after putting this pork on, I've taken the lid off, obviously that's made the temperature go down to about 75. It's coming back up to about 100, but obviously I want it to a little bit higher than that. I'm going to aim for about somewhere in between, obviously, as it says on here, 212, 257. Just try and keep it in between those two temperatures. Aiming for about 220, which is about 115 degrees centigrade. The internal probe is reading 5 degrees centigrade for the inside of the pork. So I'm just going to leave it now for a couple of hours and see what happens. So as you can see, the skin's started to crack on the outside. That's one of the signs that it's ready. So it's been, like I say, it's been on there for 5 hours. It's hit 74 degrees internally. Now I'm going to wrap it up until it hits 200 F, wherever that is converted. I'm going to wrap it up in foil, put it back on the smoker till it hits 200 F. I'm just going to bang it on there for another couple of hours now. So there we go. I've just wrapped this up with foil. I've been spritzing it about every hour. I've just spritzed it again, and now I'm going to put it back on the smoker for another 2 hours. So 2 hours later, I'm ready to. Okay. So 2 hours later. So 2 hours later, it's time to get this baby off the smoker. I'm going to leave it outside, let it cool for half an hour. So 8 hours later, here it is. I'm just about to unwrap. It's just been cooling for about half an hour. Okay. It's looking pretty good.
Ooh.
Just going to bang this in a bowl. There we are then, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to just let this cool now for another half an hour, and then I'm going to pull it all apart. So now it's cooled and ready to pull this apart. It's going to come apart quite well. It's looking good. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Obviously, this is what we're having for tea tonight. It's been a learning curve doing this today, has. There's been a few things that I wouldn't say struggled, but obviously that I'm learning along the way. About an hour in, I was struggling to keep the temperature, so I put some Big K on, and that helped to increase the temperature because it's lumpwood, it burns a little higher. Obviously with the snow, the temperature I was struggling to keep it within range. So I put some Big K on, and then that seemed to keep the temperature higher. Also I was struggling with the reading on the top, because obviously that's the temperature on the lid. So I put a probe just next to the meat so I could tell what temperature it was cooking at. And then the other thing as well, there's focusing on the smoker, but also I think I forgot to actually prep the meat because I was so focused on the smoker. So next time I'll be able to spend more time prepping the meat. I literally just got it out of the fridge, opened the pack and rubbed it down and shoved it in the smoker. So I've pulled it all apart now. You can see when you look in there, you can see there's the nice pink meat where it's got that smoke ring on there, and then obviously you've got the white meat where it's come from inside the pork. I just got to say, it's an excellent pulled pork. I'm not going to blow my own trumpet too much, but I think it's you know, for the first time, it's pretty good. Let's put it this way, it's better than the pulled pork that I've had from other places, you know, that I've had from restaurants and things. So yeah, that's pretty good. But like I say, this is still, I'm still on the road to learning everything that I need to do for smoking. It's a long road, but for the first cook, that's not been too bad.